Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of this series of the no-hit tutorial for Doom 2016 by yours truly, the Chief Devastator of the Devastation Broadcast Nation himself. In this episode, we'll tackle ResOps, the second level in the campaign. It's a mite more complicated than UAC. I think the last video was 7-something minutes, and this one's going to run over 20. But I will be annotating certain things throughout the video to make things a lot clearer. We'll also discuss upgrading options this early in the game. In addition to that, I'm going to be presenting an upgrade route map, which you can find linked in the description box down below if you want a bit more of a cheat sheet for how to do this run. You don't want to watch all these videos. I totally get it. There's only 24 hours in a day. So there will be a cheat sheet linked in the description box, which you can go and check out and pull your eyes over that. And then get in and get ripping and get ripping and get ripping. Anyway, without further ado, ResOps. Right, so as Vega mentioned, now we've got access to things called mission challenges, and we're going to want to prioritize getting those done in this run. Starting off with this glory kill challenge, where you need to do 5 different glory kills to zombies in particular. So I just like to get it done and out of the way as quickly as possible. It's really easy, just walk up, melee them. There's one there where you kill 2 zombies with 1 shotgun shot, and you can use the explosive shot for that as well. You don't have to use the primary fire. And I think we get both of those mission challenges done. And this is the first weapon upgrade we want to take. We want to take speedy recovery, and we want to take instant load. Don't worry about the bigger explosion radius. It sounds useful, but it's way more useful to be able to fire the explosive shot more frequently and more quickly than it is to have an individual explosive shot be larger in its explosion radius. Again, finding all the secrets is super important early in the run. We want to rack up as many weapon upgrade tokens as we can as quickly as possible. In this level, it's not a hard level, but it is really important, especially if you don't want to get hit at all, to do the strategies that I'm going to show to you in a very specific way. It's an awkward level because there's not much leeway for doing things. It's just very easy to get hit because you don't have many tools yet. You're still relatively limited in terms of weapons and the different ammo types you have available to you. So even here, like you see that fireball that just clipped that rail there, that's from that imp down there. And he will typically always do that. This guy, sometimes he will throw a fireball at you when you try to climb up here. So I just wait on that walkway. So waiting on that walkway, he doesn't do anything. And then the one down below, he moves up and we can just get rid of him without having to worry too much. Just be careful because sometimes that second imp can hit you with that fireball. Just walk in here, trigger the secret. Don't have to fight those soldiers. And you notice how I'm leaving all these zombies alive? Like I'm just shooting that zombie and not killing him, but just making it so he can't hit me. You can literally just walk straight past these dudes, walk in, explosive shot straight away. And don't walk forward, just sit behind the trigger line here and clean up some of these these zombies. Now we can move forward, and this is going to kick off the fight. That guy spawns, I throw a grenade there, and I grab the grenade that's on the workbench there. After I throw that first one, we just get rid of this dude, and then don't move forward, because there is an invisible trigger past these 2 grey crates that starts the next set of imps and soldiers spawning in. So I've just hit the trigger. So that soldier's in now, the imps are in, we blow them up, use that second grenade, walk back here, get rid of this guy, and then we can just, that's basically everything except for this soldier and these zombies. Once we clean up these guys, we are good to go. Nice crisp little headshot finisher there. Up over the top, just do a little bit of mantling there, unintended mantling, and we're about to do something kind of, I'm just going to slow the video down because this is really important. So when you pick up this chainsaw, you're going to start legging it for this door that's right in front of us. And you don't want to miss a beat here, because if you hit a bit of geometry or you clip on something and it slows you down, you will definitely get hit. You have to get through this room without getting hit, you need to do it pretty much perfect. I'm going to make it look really easy. And honestly, I still get hit in here sometimes, like 1 time out of 10, I'll get just randomly hit. It's really unlucky. But if you do exactly what I do here, you in all likelihood will not get hit. And we're not even going to kill a single enemy in this next room. We're just going to run straight through. So we're just going to go straight in. Don't even deter from your path. Just straight through onto this crate, jump up, and then through. And you won't get hit. Sometimes you'll still get hit there, but, you know, if you do that frame by frame, perfect, mostly perfect, you'll be fine. I don't know why I'm getting ahead of myself there. I like to kill those zombies just because sometimes this guy right here, he will actually attack you before the door finishes opening. Oh, let's bring this back actually. I'm just going to tap back a little bit, and because this skip is really useful. This is a skip that we do. There's no, they even do this in the 100% speed run because the combat rating is not even tracked in this level. It's not tracked at all. So that gore nest down there, you can completely skip that, you know. And again, for future no-hit runners who want to do all combat, even going beyond the combat that is tracked, you can do this. There's a path there for you to blaze a trail through. So by all means, go for it. It's actually not like a super hard arena. It's challenging, but it's not the hardest. It's definitely not the hardest thing even in this route that I use. It's just, again, it's one of those things in the early game that you don't really want to have to do if you want to get a lot of runs in and you want to get a lot of mid-game, late-game practice, and you just want to get that consistency. And again, feel like you're making progress faster. That's what we're trying to aim here for, is making progress faster. So if we can remove some of the friction in the run, namely this gore nest, awesome, because we're going to get to do more of the later game and mid-game and what have you. So we just jump up on this little fence here, and then we get to the end of that, and I'm aiming... If I can remember how to bring up the annotation thing here. I'm aiming for this thing right here, this little lamppost. And once I hit this lamppost, I'm going to aim for this little bit. There's actually a bit of clipping on this boundary between this thing here on the wall and this bit here. So again, I'm going to go from here to here. And then I'm going to do something else, but it's easier to show you when we get there. So it's all going to happen very quickly, but basically all I'm doing is I'm doing a mouse wheel scroll jump onto this lamppost. And if I just get rid of that, and I'm on, and then again, I'm just going to aim for this. That's all I'm going to try to do. And now I'm on. Sometimes you will fall down from this bit that I've just landed on. Don't worry, that happens to me as well all the time. In this run, it doesn't matter if you fall down. If you're trying to do a run where you're minimizing the number of demons that can spawn, falling down here into the floor below you will actually cause a bunch of demons to despawn. There's actually a trigger in this room. It's almost like a volume in the room that you can't see. And once you pass through that volume, it will despawn a bunch of demons, which again will make room for more demons to spawn. Don't worry though, in this run it's okay. In fact, I kind of like it because it speeds up the imps spawning in the Berserk arena later on. And I like having a bit more... I like knowing that they're going to spawn and not wait for an enemy to despawn. I like that consistency in this run. I like having a bit more control over the enemy spawning in. So it's not the end of the world. But anyway, we get to this bit of clipping on this geometry on the wall here. And what I'm actually going to do, quickly turn around. And then I'm going to try to... reach for this thing, and you can actually grab it really easily with a scroll wheel jump. You just scroll wheel a couple of times while looking up, and what that'll do is it'll do an extendo grab for this bit of railing, and you'll basically just pull yourself straight up. Really pretty easy actually, just like that. So you've actually got to do that skip twice, because we're going to do it for the first loop through here, and then we're going to do it for the next loop. The reason that we do it twice is so that we can get the plasma rifle in this level, and also upgrade the plasma rifle stun bomb capability. Just going to trigger this door opening just to get that moving. Watch out for this thing. I nearly get taken out by it. Watch out for that thing. It will, once it clips with you, it'll just insta-give you, which is not very much fun. No one wants to go back to the UAC, but we all know deep down inside that that is what we'll probably end up doing quite a bit. So now this is open, and really simple sequence of combat. Just get rid of this imp, get rid of this dude, blow this barrel up. There's another imp, so we prioritize that imp, and then we get rid of the zombie, and we're clear. We can just go ahead and we can grab this Sentinel suit token, Praetor suit token, sorry. Red Guard token. Yes. Boom. This is the first, this thing right here is the first big part of climbing up the mountain, of no-hitting this game. Getting this gun is huge. But more importantly is getting the stun bomb for it, because with this run we want crowd control. Again, jumping across the lamppost onto that bit of geo there. See, I just fell down. It's really easy to fall down. It's not the end of the world though. Just jump straight back up. And onto the lamppost. Geo, look up, and then we get that extendo grab. You notice I wasn't even that close to it, the railing then, but because of the way extendo grabbing works in this game, I'm in like Flint. I'm good as gold. Mosey on over to the mod bot, Devo. Don't walk past the mod bot, and then grab the stun bomb. And we're going to use the stun bomb extensively in this run. Even for just general Ultra Nightmare, this thing is so strong. It's broken. And that's why this run, to me, is feasible, because of things like that. Because of things like stun bomb, and hologram, and rich get richer, and ammo boost, and every other single broken mechanic in this game. Like, this game is pretty broken. Which, it kind of cuts both ways. There's a lot of cheap ways you can get hit in this game, but there's also a lot of very cheap, devastating ways you can deal with demons. We're going to grab this gun now. The reason we're going to grab this gun now rather than later is because grabbing that gun now allows us to upgrade dexterity. So quickly, let's just wind back there for a second. At this point in the run, we're going to upgrade one part of the stun bomb, just one part, and it's up to you. I like to take the big shock, increase the size of the stun bomb detonation, and that's only for this next bit specifically. You could arguably take quick recharge or longer stun. It's totally up to you. I think there's some flexibility here, so take whatever you want, but put it on the stun bomb because we want to get this thing upgraded ASAP. This crowd control is huge, and again, collecting the assault rifle there, that means we've collected 4 guns, and that unlocks the dexterity tree in the Praetor suit, which we're going to use to grab the faster weapon swap. And boy oh boy, to weapon swap fast in this game compared to Doom Eternal. Right, this bit here, this is probably one of the trickiest parts of this level. And it's not even that hard, it's just you need to be really diligent. Like a lot of things in the early game here, it's not that mechanically challenging, but you have to be on, you have to be diligent, you got to get everything, you got to cross your T's and dot your I's. So I like to set up on the right hand side here, and I can actually annotate this. I can show you, there's going to be one enemy roughly here, and one enemy roughly there. There's also actually a barrel like right there, but we won't worry too much about that barrel. We want to prioritize stunning this guy right here, but by aiming roughly where the barrel is, because if we hit the barrel with the stun bomb and we have that expanded detonation radius on the stun bomb, we're actually going to blow the barrel up and it's going to kill this guy straight away, and then we can focus on this soldier. Once these guys are done and the barrel's blown up, there's going to be another soldier who's going to mantle up over the ledge, and you want to use the assault rifle to get rid of him. Then we're just going to deal with the imps, and the imps, you can get hit by these guys. You can be doing everything right and these guys will still hit you. But let's let it play out. Set up on the right, stun bomb goes through, go to the left, right? And you want to go to the left a little bit, you want to hold that right position just long enough for that. See how that barrel's blown up and it's insta-gibbed him pretty much? Yeah, like that's beautiful. Like you don't even have to worry about that. But if you can kind of commit to the right position just a little bit more, I'm going to slow it down a bit. Just wait for this to start opening and slow this down. Sorry about the sound. So again, I'm really committing to him shooting into those rails, and then I go left. If I go left too soon, he'll actually register that I'm strafing left, and he'll start to lead his shots to his right, my left, and then I will get hit. So you've kind of got to sit on that right just a little bit longer than you think, and once he starts shooting, and especially if you get really lucky and you connect with that barrel, blow him up, you're good to go. Obviously, yeah, watch out for this barrel. Not because it's going to do damage to you and because that doesn't count as a hit, but because it can kill you, and that is the end of the run. Right, so we're going to get rid of this dude, and then we're going to have another soldier jump up here, bang, bang, and then it's going to be, I think it's 6 imps. And once you get 6 imps, you're good to do the next step. Really, really, really important, though, do not pass beyond this threshold here, and especially do not go over here, because if you pass through either of these points, what that does is it makes the game start the next wave of this fight, which involves spawning several enemies further up the path, and we can totally avoid having to deal with that other half of this arena. So try to stay on this platform where I am now. You're going to see me do it anyway. You'll get a good idea. So this dude jumps up, and then we're just going to rotate and try to kill these imps. We're going to try and focus on crowd controlling them. Sometimes you'll get an imp crawl over there. That's fine. Just deal with him. Now I'm waiting for the imps to drop down, and typically they drop down right here, in this spot here. Then what they'll either do is I'll drop down again to there, or they'll just start running in this direction. So yeah, just be prepared for that. What you want to try and do is you want to stun with stun bomb, kill with explosive shot, and then use the assault rifle's primary fire, because it's got distance and it's got fast projectile speed. It might not kill them, but what it will do is it will actually stun them. And I don't mean a glory kill stun. I mean it will just falter them. It'll be like a soft falter from Doom Eternal. It'll interrupt whatever they're doing, which these guys are notorious for doing the infamous Imp Fastball, which is a fast fireball that is practically hit scan, which if you've got to be really, you can manage it. I have found ways to manage it, but you need to, and using the assault rifle to stun them is one of those things. But yeah, you need to be on for this bit. So we're just juggling targets, not committing too hard to one. Usually what I'm doing here, if I just rewind to this guy, right? I've actually already started aiming at this dude. I'm not even looking at him anymore. I'm typically looking over here. Like I'm not moving my, once I've got the cursor on this guy, I just hold mouse 1 and I'm actually looking here. I'm not even looking at this guy anymore because I know that he's going to get stunned by the plasma damage and he's not going to be able to hit me. So I don't even worry about him. Okay. So that's 2 imps. Here's number 3 there. Sometimes they're a bit slower. This is good. This is what you want. It's 4. And there's 5. See how the explosive shot was on cooldown and the stun bomb was on cooldown, so I used the assault rifle. Now, sometimes the 6 one will take a long time to rock up, or he won't rock up at all. So once you get to 5, if they stop... There's the 6. There he is. Okay, yeah, you kind of keep an eye on that. Okay, now, you see what I'm doing here? I'm actually going... I'm not going up that normal corridor, right? Like, if I just rewind back here, I think yeah, so, again, we don't want to go here. Because if we go here, it's going to start spawning in the rest of the arena. So we actually route this room in a slightly, let's call it creative way. Again, just cleaning up these imps. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, eh? Okay. So, kill the 6 imp. And that's, you're only going to get 6. Now, what we want to do is we want to scroll wheel jump to this thing. And then because you can actually clip onto this and you can stand on it. And then you're going to just mantle up to that. It's really that easy. It's super, super simple. Then we're going to do some slightly more creative platforming just after that. Again, on and then up. It's really that easy. Really, really that easy. So jump up on here and then scroll wheel jump onto this thing. This thing is actually a little bit tricky. So you need to kind of, you want to land about there and then just keep scroll wheeling. Like once you connect with this thing, keep scrolling and you'll get up. Just like that. Sometimes it takes a couple of goes. Sometimes it depends on the distance that you get. But yeah. Okay, you got to get 1 imp here. This guy's really cheeky, so definitely do not jump down while he has free reign to do whatever he wants, because he can very easily hit you from that distance. What you'll find with imps in this game is they do this thing called a fast ball. And it was a thing that was added to the game in a later patch where imps would be able to throw these fireballs that were really fast. And you just, sometimes you can't even see them coming. Like, it's like the fireball is just materializing in their hand and then you get hit. There's no travel time, nothing. And they tend to do it when you're really far away from them or they can't see much of you, which is fine. I think it's a gameplay conditioning thing that they introduced to try to get players to stop sitting back, and it works. But what it means is you need to be really careful when there's an imp that far away from you. Like, this dude is just evil, man. Super, super evil. He will do this to you and you won't like it. Like that. See how the railing's in front of me? That's reducing his visibility of me, and the distance is also adding to the fact that he's going to do a fastball, and I'm not moving much either. So, the way enemy accuracy works in this game is their accuracy is based on how much they are moving and how much you are moving. And if both of those things are high, then their accuracy will be low, which is why when imps climb up on the wall, they're accurate. It feels like they're really accurate when they're holding onto the wall. It's because they're not moving. And if you're not moving either, then they're definitely going to hit you. So we want to make sure we're strafing, we're moving, and we want to pace our movement in between his fireballs. And so I just got like a beautiful, long shot at the bowl, boys, on that imp, and we're sweet. We'll get 1 more soldier, and that's pretty much it. Like, you won't get any of the other demons spawning. You're good to go. One disadvantage of this route, though, is you're not going to collect the Berserk power-up, which does mean that you won't be able to upgrade the power-up tree in the Praetor suit as soon as you might like. But the utility of being able to do that is, at least as far as I can see in my experience, is quite low. It would make one fight in Argent Facility easier, but with this routing, we skip that Gore Nest, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah. The rest of the level is pretty much normal. I'm going to give some general tips on how to navigate the last bit of combat, because it's, for no-hit purposes, can be a bit funny. And I say funny ending with an I, not a Y, because you've got narrow corridors full of soldiers. This is super simple. 3 imps, bang, 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 job's done. You're going to get 1 imp here. Just get rid of him. Not a problem at all. Okay. Oh yeah, really important to route the room in this fashion. Like use that walkway to get here, and then, you know, go across the satellite conveyor thing and then drop down to this platform. Because otherwise, if you try to go back through where the Berserk power-up is, you're going to get enemies spawning. And it's not the end of the world. It's only 2 or 3 enemies. I think it's 1 soldier, a shieldman, and then an imp. But those are just things you don't want to have to deal with. I'd rather just have the 1 imp on the catwalk and be done with it. So dropping down here, if you are no-hitting, drop down and then go to the right. You want to create as little window for the soldier on the other side of this double door to hit you when this door opens, because the thing with this game, and specifically with soldiers, is it's like they have X-ray vision on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. It's like they can see around corners or through walls, because this dude on the other side of this double doors, he's already lining me up for action. He's getting ready to do the electric boogaloo and to just delete me. So we want to create as little window of space, as a small line of sight as possible for him to hit me. So I'm over on the right here. I've already got the explosive shot lined up. The second this door opens, bang, I've just sent it straight through. Whip out the plasma rifle and just hose him down. That dude at the back, he's going to get stunned anyway. You'll notice as well with the plasma rifle, what I do is I start shooting the primary fire and then stun. And the reason for doing that is because if you just use the alt fire and you stun, there's actually an animation that plays out that prevents you from shooting the plasma rifle unless you're already shooting it. So just holding down shoot and then stunning, it'll just keep shooting. If you just keep mouse 1 held down, it'll just keep shooting. There won't be any interruption. So here, again, this bit is really finicky. This guy down the back here that I'm shooting now, you want to use the assault rifle in most situations. Like, in, you know, when I'm playing, sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what, he probably won't hit me. I'll use the plasma rifle because it's going to do a bit more damage. The disadvantage of using the plasma rifle is the projectile speed is very slow, but yes, it does hit quite hard, but it's very slow. Whereas the assault rifle, the damage is a bit lower, but the projectile speed is much, much, much higher. So what I would suggest is using the assault rifle here and just, you know, again, start on the left and then move to the right and just try to hit roughly the top half of him, because you'll get headshots and that's going to get rid of him a lot quicker. So we're just going to get rid of him, and then we're going to stun this dude. I don't have visibility, but I can just lob an explosive shot around the corner, which stuns him, which gives me the opportunity to move up, clean up these zombies. And again, we're going to start shooting the plasma rifle, wait for that guy to die, stun, and then it just keeps shooting. So just input buffering mouse 1 through the stun and just keeping it held down. Just keeping it held down is going to keep it firing. There's no cooldown that's going to play out there. Again, grabbing this Praetor suit, we will be 100%ing this level and Foundry. So if you want to get as many early upgrades as possible, you know, by all means, follow this route. Stun this dude because he's a shieldman, and we don't want to have a shieldman running free. Just clean up these guys. Be careful with these zombies, because sometimes they look dead, but they're not. Sounds ominous, I know, but it's true. There's an imp hiding in this little corridor. Just get rid of him. And that's pretty much the level. There's one secret up here. So we'll grab that, and then obviously there's the Argent upgrade. We'll just talk a bit about that. Me personally, I always prefer to have more ammo, especially for no-hit. Especially if I'm doing a no-hit run, I just want more ammo. Health doesn't really matter that much to me. And, you know, even if I skip this guy, even if I don't take this, if I use a mod that unlocks that last door so I don't have to sit through this cutscene, the ammo catches up by the time I get to Argent Tower anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. You know, it's up to you. If you want to do a casual playthrough, I would suggest taking, if you're concerned about dying, if you don't want to take ammo because you're concerned about dying, I would take health instead of armor. just because health is easier to come by than armor. You can get it from glory killing, you can get it, you know, pickups, but you can't get, in the early game, you can't get armor from glory killing. So, take health. But I would strongly recommend taking ammo. More ammo is just better in this game. And I think that's going to cover it for this level. I'm not going to talk through the rest of it. There's nothing really else to cover. But I hope that helps you, whether you're trying to no-hit or just do a general playthrough of this game and get an Ultra Nightmare done. Leave any questions you have in the comments below. Obviously, there's going to be more videos for every other level, so I can address those questions if you make them. But other than that, keep smiling, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and bye for now.